Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. We now proceed to Ranking Member Kathy Manning.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to all our witnesses for your testimony and for your service to our country. Ms. Amiri, after years of progress, I'm appalled at the Taliban's brutal and despicable treatment of women and girls. Civil society and media organizations have crumbled, with anyone openly speaking in opposition to the Taliban's rules facing serious threats and violence. Women and girls are treated like property, unable to work or even move freely in public without their husbands or male relatives. And I was struck by one story of a young woman, a former government employee, who was beaten by her husband in front of her children and is too afraid to report this violence to the authorities. She said, and I quote, "I have never felt so alone. Many times I have decided to end my life, but I think about the fate of my son. Deprivations of the right to work and education have severely affected mental problems and created depression. Imagine a generation in depression. This generation will be the mothers of the future. The children of hopeless and depressed people are dangerous for the future of Afghanistan." And Mr. Chairman, I'd like to request unanimous consent to enter her full story into the record.
Admitted without any objection.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Amiri, I am deeply concerned that systemic discrimination against Afghan women has led many, like this young woman, into depression and in some cases even suicide. What are we doing to reverse these repressive edicts, sideline hardliners in the Taliban, and avert the most desperate outcomes?
Thank you very much, Representative Manning. I share your heartbreak over the devastating situation in Afghanistan. I have also been speaking with Afghan women over the course of the last 2 years and have heard the same type of heartbreaking stories. The mental health crisis in Afghanistan is severe, and it is a context in which Afghan women tell me of the desperation that they are under, the fact that protection mechanisms that were in place have been stripped from the country, and that they feel that they are under virtual prison. What we are doing, first I want to just make absolutely clear that we condemn the Taliban. We have condemned them publicly, we have condemned them privately, and we have mobilized the international community to make it very clear to the Taliban that so long as they engage in the human rights abuses that they are conducting against the Afghan population and women, there will be no movement forward in normalization, and that they will continue to be a pariah in the international community. This is something that we've made clear to the Taliban, but in addition to our diplomatic work, we are also working on concrete efforts with the Afghan Women's Economic Resilience Initiative. One of the areas we are looking at is mental health support. And my colleague at USAID can also speak to some of the efforts that they're undertaking in this regard.
Certainly, and thank you for that, and thank you for the question, Representative Manning. It's an extraordinarily important part of the focus of our work to seek to address the needs of Afghan women and girls during what is an extraordinarily challenging and dispiriting era of Afghanistan's history. We have sought to work creatively where we can. And where we see openings and opportunity to be able to meet basic needs and to address livelihoods and other humanitarian needs. We have managed, for example, over the past couple of years to create more than 7,000 jobs for women in the cashmere, carpet, and saffron industries, working with private sector, through private sector partners. We have managed to support 15,000 women farmers to grow strategic crops, fruits and vegetables, and get them to market. As Special Envoy Amiri has commented on, we have supported distance learning programs that have provided some access to education for Afghan girls. And we've managed to work in the healthcare industry, particularly training women doctors and midwives to be able to meet those needs as well. It is challenging. It is not easy. It requires all of our creativity and all of the creativity of our partners, but we are doing our level best to make sure that even under these circumstances, Afghan women and girls are not left behind.
Thank you. I have 20 more questions, but my time has expired, so I will yield back to make room for my colleagues.